Okay. Mm. Okay, we are live. So good evening, wherever you're joining in from, and greetings to you whenever you get to watch this. Tonight is going to be an exceptional session, and generally speaking, starting a business from scratch can be exciting, and let's be honest, actually, it can also be overwhelming. And so many entrepreneurs make avoidable mistakes, and many can't even get it from the idea stage to execution. But all of that is going to be changing tonight. So, for those who don't already know me, my name is Isisa Osawaro, and I am a personal growth strategist, a content creation, and founder at Sendity, where we help brands build a strong online presence and also help them accelerate their influence for sales and profitability. So, over the years, I've had the unique experience of working with businesses at different level. And trust me when I say that I understand the challenges that businesses face having to, or should I say, that people face having to build businesses from the ground up, because yes, I have been there myself. And so tonight, I will be diving into the topic of building a business from scratch, the tips, lessons, and don'ts. So, whether you're just getting started, or you are thinking about starting, or you are already in the trenches, I will be giving you strategies on how you can avoid certain costly mistakes, and also how you can accelerate your business growth. Are we together? Okay, so I'll be sharing from my journey, key lessons, and I'll break down the things to do, the things that works and the things that doesn't, and also help you with the mindset shift needed for you to grow your business. So stay engaged, and as well drop your questions in the comments if you have any, and let's make the session as interactive as possible. So if you're just joining the session, let me know where you're joining in from in the comment section. Comment your name, where you're joining us from. So let's dive into tonight's topic on, building a business from scratch, tips, lessons, and don'ts. Okay. So who's ready for lesson, or sorry, who's ready for, we're going to be taking it in this order. We'll take the mistakes first, right? So the don't is simply the mistakes to avoid, and then we'll go next into the lessons, and then I'll now share tips, which are strategies on how you can grow your own business, and we'll call it a night. Okay, so let's go. So mistake number one is, first off, waiting for money to come before starting that big idea business, right? So there is sometimes this delusion that people have that, oh, I have this big idea, oh, there's this thing, there's this value I want to offer, or there's this thing that I want to do, but I need money. So until money comes to me, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait till the money fall on my laps. As much as that sounds noble, but that's actually the wrong way to go about starting that business. Because no matter how the business is going to run, even if it's a business that you need like huge capital to start, the first thing to always check is not the money. I usually have this conversation with a friend where would want to, start up something, and then she'll be like, I think she mentioned it first, yeah, that if you are going into a business and the thing that's holding you from starting that business is money, then that's nothing, right? Money should not be what's stopping you from going into business. It doesn't mean that there are not businesses that you need money, right? But there's always something you can do before you get that money. So focus on those things first. If you need capital, if it's a capital based business, what can you do? You can apply for grants. You can look for fellowship opportunities where they fund business ideas. You can, raise or do a GoFundMe account or campaign, right? You can actually raise money from your friends, from your family, and from whosoever care to listen to what you have to say. But never get stuck with the idea of, I'm just waiting for money to come first. And most times, there are most businesses that people wait for money to, you can actually start with that money. In the last session, if you joined in, I spoke about how for some business, where we had Israel Chinedu, that there are certain business when you don't have to buy and sell. You can sell and then buy. I explained how that works, right? So you don't have to wait till the money is available before you start doing something. You can always do something even before the money arrives. That's mistakes number one, right? Mistake number one. Do not make that mistake of waiting for money before making a move. So, mistake number two is going ahead to start a business without adequate information. Again, wait. I am not saying that you need to, do all the research or gather all the information there is before you start the business. I said the adequate information. So some people can overdo this. They can spend so much time gathering information that they never get to start. On the other end of the spectrum is you can be so excited about starting a business that you forget to get the basic information that you need to know about that business. And this is why it is important that if you are starting a business, that you get someone who already knows how that business works. It can be in terms of mentorship, it can be in terms of consultation, right? You want to know what ins and the out of this business. What do people struggle with when they are going into this business? And what should I be most focused in as I am going into this business? You do not want to go into a business unaware of certain details, because sometimes, or in most cases, a lot of businesses can get you rich. But it is how you go about the business that would matter, that would tell if you would actually get to that point in time where you can say, oh, I've made so much money from this business. So go into business with the right and adequate information. Mistake number three is, okay, so mistake number three, right? I intentionally wrote this down so that the first two tips will be for those who are just about to get started. And the last tip is going to be, sorry, the last mistake is going to be for those who are already into the business. And the mistake number three is, even as you scale as a business owner, is trying to do everything yourself so that you can make more money. Now, let me explain. You see those times as a business owner where you just go ahead and they give you certain orders or certain things that you need to do. And then instead of building a team around the services that you do, because now you are not growing and you're not getting more demand, but you're like, no, I want to do everything myself so I can make more money. As noble as that sounds, what that does is that it keeps you small. So you get to a point where you are maxed out and there's nothing else that can be done. You'll be stuck to that business. You won't be able to take a break. You won't be able to take a day out. You won't be able to make sales without you being involved. So when you try to do everything yourself, you actually make yourself small and you keep your business small. So do not make that mistake. Of course, when you start, you might be the only person, and that is absolutely fine. But as you scale and as businesses and others and people are getting to know you, you want to build a team around what you do. And you want to give them the space that they need to be able to carry out the services and deliver on the jobs that are on ground. Okay. So do not make that mistake of trying to do everything yourself. In fact, it is advised that you hire people that are smarter than you. And again, sometimes I don't know if anyone would have this question: how do you build a team when you're just starting up? I think we'll have that conversation in a different live session, right? But take note of these three mistakes that I've made so far. Mistake number one was waiting for money to arrive before you do anything. Mistake number two was going into business without the adequate information. And then mistake number three is in terms of scaling, trying to do everything yourself to make money. But what you don't know is that you are also at the same time keeping yourself small because you are sacrificing your energy, you're sacrificing your time, you're sacrificing your attention just to make money. And that is the wrong way to go about it. You need to build a team as you scale so that services and your business can go on even without you. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you've been learning anything so far. Right. I saw some comments earlier. Deborah says she joins from Benin. Um, okay. Isis. Okay. Okay. Don't wait for money before starting. Don't start a business without getting the basic and adequate information, and don't try to do everything um, yourself so that you make more money because that would definitely keep you small. So next, we are going to be going into the lessons that I've learned in my over half a decade experience in business. Who's ready? Okay, so lesson number one is if you don't focus on building your business, you'll be distracted by many things. If you don't focus on business, you'll be distracted by many things. And when I was writing this, something came to my mind here um, that the thing about focus is you do not um, try to get away from other things and then you create focus. No, is that when you focus on something, automatically every other thing gets to be blurred out of it, right? Just for a minute, a picture. That almost sounded like a rhyme, but just picture in your mind, right? A image of something that was captured against a blurred background. Yeah. So what happened is that every other thing is out of focus. What focus is the main object in the image. So when you get so I started what we know as Ascendity now in 2020, right? But trust me, I was distracted by so many things. And it's only now that I can imagine that if I'd put in as much energy and time and attention as I've put in the last few months, like I put in the last few months back then when I started, I'd have been in a better place than I am right now. But the thing about distraction is that sometimes they always sound noble. But what you don't know is that whatever thing you say yes to, you're also saying no to plenty other things that you could have done with your time, attention, money, and energy. So focus. You're starting a business, awesome. Focus on that business and grow it. Sometimes there's the temptation of wanting to get focus on several businesses at the same time. I know someone who said that he has built over or he's managing over, I think, 74 companies at the same time. But why he's able to do that is because he has the right systems and structures in place. So you need to be able to build your business first and then build it on a platform where it now has structures and systems where it can operate without you. Only then are you permitted to venture into something else, because that business is not, you know, completely depending on you for it to function and grow, right? So at first, you want to give it your focus as the managing director, as the executive director, as the CEO or founder, but also the person in charge of managing the business. That's lesson number one. Lesson number two is have a clear vision, mission, and plan for progress. So have a clear vision, mission, and plan for progress, right? Um, Else, stagnation will be the order of the day. So you need to have a clear vision, mission, and plan for progress. Else, stagnation will be the order of the day. Again, when I started, I was just, doing things. Okay, I now know all the skills. I have experience in photography, in graphic design, in digital marketing, in content creation. Beautiful. So I was like, let me do something with my skills, right? But what happened was that I didn't have a clear picture of where I was going to. There was no vision, there was no mission, and there was no even plan on how to scale. So for that period of time, I was actually stagnant, right? So you don't want to be that person. You want to have a clear vision. This is exactly where I am going to. You want to have a mission. This is how I intend to get closer to that vision. And then a plan. This is how I intend to get to my mission, right? So having this in place will help accelerate your growth journey. But if you don't, stagnation will be the order of the day. Okay, very, very, very important. You want to take note of that. And then lesson number three is people will leave you, but build them regardless. People will leave you. See, no matter how you try to keep people to your life, in fact, this doesn't just apply to business, it applies to relationships, in whatever, right? People will leave you, but you have to build them. So don't say because people will leave me, I will not invest in building my team. Don't say because people will leave me, I will not get them the highest level of training that I can afford at this moment. Else, you'll be doing your business a disservice, right? Because the fact that they will leave you does not mean that you should not do what you can at the moment. Of course, not everybody is meant to stay with you forever, right? Everybody is not meant, was not meant to stay with you forever. So for the duration of time that they will be with you, invest in them, build in them, know fully well that even as you start a business, first off, they buy into you, not even the idea of the business because it's still a startup, right? They buy into you, not the business itself. So treat them well, invest in them, and give them extra benefits. I mean, your team now, right? Very, very important because I think I learned this from different experiences, right? Both good and bad. I think learning to treat my team as people to be invested on, came gradually. I learned from books, I learned from experience. Of course, the part of people leaving you is something else because sometimes it can be painful, right? But life goes on, okay? So get it into your head that people will not stay with you forever. However, build your team regardless. Okay, so the last lesson that I'm going to be sharing is a business will grow to the level of the managing director or the executive director. A business will only grow to the level of the managing director. Let that sink in for a moment. So, you as a business owner, right? Your business will only grow to the level that you are at because you are the one channeling it. It's just like when people make comments like a pack of sheep led by a lion will always win a pack of lion led by a sheep. At the end of the day, no matter how skillful, how beautiful, or how awesome your services are, it will only rise to the level of the person that is leading the organization. Hence, you want to invest in yourself. You want to upskill, you want to get all the relevant knowledge, but also you want to be great at execution. So never stop investing in yourself, never stop learning, never stop consulting, never stop taking courses, never stop attending events that will expand the horizon of your mind, so that as a result of you building yourself, your business can also grow as well. Let me know if you've been getting value so far in the comments. Okay, so by the way, if you are serious about growth, whether personal growth or professional growth, it means that you need the right environment and connections. And this is exactly why we built Successful Living Africa community, which is a community for like-minded individuals to help them learn, grow, and access opportunities. So we have two versions of this community. We have the free community where you can get to, get resources, access opportunities, and network too as well. But if you want a deeper transformational experience, then I would recommend the private community where you get exclusive mentorship, you get access to premium resources, we get on live sessions subsequently on a monthly basis where we get to analyze your goals for the month. We'll get to share with you strategies, ideas on how you can accelerate not only your personal growth, your business, your finance, and so much more. We have some persons who are a part of both the private and the open community on this chat tonight, and they can share their experience. It's mind blowing. So, if you want to be a part of any of these communities, which I would recommend that you do, drop a comment here on this session. You can just drop SLA, and we'll reach out to you. And also, you can check the link in the description of this video. There is the link to join the public community, and then there's the link to join the private community. And if you have any questions with regards to joining the private community, there's a number in that link to also message. Okay, of course, the private community is not free, but it's just a little token for commitment. But compared to the value that you get, that's actually nothing. So don't procrastinate on this. You should want to, you should join any of the community, right? Be a part of it. And I can't wait to, get more time with you and share valuable stuff that can help you grow both in your personal and in your professional lives. So let's get right into the tips, right? We've shared three mistakes so far. We shared four lessons, and now we're going to share five tips. Who's excited? Let me see your comment if you've been getting value so far. Okay, Isa says if you don't focus on something, you get your mind on everything. So true, so true. I agree with that. So true. Yeah, thank you. So let me know if you are getting value so far. Right now, we're going to be getting into the tips that can help you grow your business. Like even if you are starting from scratch, right? Tip number one is be unique in service delivery. People get too obsessed with starting a business that they do it just the same way everybody else has been doing it. The question you should ask yourself is, why should somebody leave my neighbor and patronize me if we are both offering the same services? There has to be something that stands out from your own way of doing the service or selling products that is different from your neighbor, right? And sometimes we feel like it has to be something, super awesome, super different, super unique. The truth is, people so care about how they are treated. And that's why I said in service delivery, people wants to be treated like a king, right? And like a queen. People want a unique, personal touch when they're having to do business with you. So if you can be that detailed, how you respond to them, how you send in orders, how you connect with them, it matters. You just have to analyze what are my people, or what, not my people now, what are my neighbors or my colleagues or my competitors, what are they doing, and what can I improve on? What are they doing right that I can improve on? What are they doing wrong that I can get right? It's as simple as that. Good customer service will always beat a superior brand with poor customer service. Again, this is not me saying that your brand or your services or your product should be poor. No, what I'm saying is that always invest in giving top notch, high value, quality, and unique customer service. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two is create subscription models. So I had to learn this the hard way. And this is very important, especially for cash flow reasons. Because if you do not have a subscription model, you would be in the mercy of people. You would be waiting for when the next person will reach out to you to be able to buy, so that you can get sales or you can get income in your business. But whether you're offering, service-based value or product-based value, you can always find a way to create a subscription model out of it. Say, for example, you are a graphic designer, for example, or you offer graphic design services. You can say, you know what, I want to create a package where brands or companies can reach out and subscribe to, that every month they will get 5 designs per month, or they'll get 10 designs per month. That way, you already have, when you create that and you can, market it and have people come in and take those subscriptions. That way, you can have like a recurring payment every month based on that subscription model. So whether you are doing other things that gives you money or that brings in money, but you are sure that at the end of this month, there's this client that will pay for this, there's this client that will pay for this. So it helps keeps your business going, right? Even in terms of service-based business too as well. Let's say you're doing laundering, right? You can say, okay, can I create a service package whereby I get to pick up people's clothes and then get it, washed and ironed and sent back to them every month. Say 5 pieces of clothes or 10 pieces of clothes, whatever it is, right? But it's always almost possible, right? I said almost because maybe there are certain services or products that a subscription based model cannot be created out of, but a lot of them, I believe that you can find a way to create subscription based model for those services for your business, which will lead to consistent cash flow, right? That's tip number two. Tip number three is build relationship with your customers. And this is very, very, very important, right? Build relationship with your customers. First off, it has been said that the best form of marketing is referrals, right? And that will cost you so little, but that will only come out of when your customers are satisfied, right? And when they trust, like, and when they know you, they like you, and they trust you enough to be able to recommend you. So it is important that you find a way to build relationships with your customers, right? And it can even be going beyond the normal, um, customer business conversations, to checking up on them, to sending them birthday gifts, or wishing them congratulations on their happy moment, and stuff like that. But you want to go just beyond um offering services to building a relationship with them, and what that would result to would be customer loyalty. where they are loyal to your brand, that even when there is another brand that is more convenient for them to reach out to, they'll still prefer to reach out to you because now there's a relationship, right? And that's what relationship does for you. So you want to go ahead and build relationship with your customers. And tip number 4 would be show up consistently and be innovative. See, I understand that at some point in your business, there are going to be time where you just be doing stuff and it seems like nothing is working. But most times, quantum leap only happens after a while, right? So you can be starting out and it's like nobody is buying from you. Just keep showing up. You are recording the things that you are doing in the minds of people, even though it may not seem like it. Over time, they will need that service or that product and they will reach out to you, right? But if you don't show up often, what will happen is the day that they will need that service or that product, they will not remember you, so they will reach out to somebody else. But for the other part of this tip, which is be innovative, is that you do not want to be the same person now and forevermore, right? You want to randomly and every now and then you want to be innovative. You want to change how something is done. And of course, the essence of this change is to improve, is to get better, is to be dynamic, is so that people will not always meet you at the same place, right? When they come to you first, they can experience your business in a dimension. And the next time they are coming, they're like, wow, this place has changed. Your packaging is different, is better, is improved, right? Surprising your customers in this way is a way to keep them hooked and a way to keep them coming, right? So you do not want to neglect this particular tip for your business, which is being consistent in showing up and being innovative too as well. And the last point or the last tip that I'm going to be sharing tonight is reward the system. So what do I mean by reward the system? I don't necessarily mean the structure, right? I mean the components that makes up your entire business chain. Reward yourself, reward your team if you have one, and reward your customers. So you see businesses do things like, say during the festive season, they send in gifts to their most consistent customers or some of their customers that has been there for them, right? This is important because first off, they feel loved, and reward system always have a way of making people to want to do more. So let's give a scenario. You went out of your way to help somebody, say pick up something, or let's say, okay, let's make a very basic example. Say you were going out and you discovered that your neighbor put out their clothes outside for it to dry, and somehow it fell on the floor. So you went there and picked it up, and in picking it up, somehow they saw you and were like, "Thank you so much," you know. And then let's say later in the day, they gave you a gift or they bought something for themselves and they just bought it too, and they gave you, say, ice cream. And as they gave you the ice cream, the comment that goes with it was, "Thank you for helping me, pick that clothes earlier today." What do you think that would do to you? Like you just be like, "Omo, like this, anytime I see this person's clothes, I'll just be picking it," because there's that reward system and it prompts you to want to do more. That's the same way when you reward yourself, when you reward your team, and when you reward your customers, it prompts them to want to do more. Who has been getting value tonight? Let me know if you've been getting value. Has it been so far? Right. I really want to hope that it has been for you. If you have a question, you can just share in the comments for the next few minutes before we wrap up tonight's session. Um, Also know that in the description of this video, right, there's the links to different of my resources, including my book, 30 days growth letter, which I will be putting out or launching this weekend. So you want to pre-order now before the price goes up after launch. So if you are seeing this, you you want to go right there, click on the link, pre-order on Seller, and I can't wait to release the book. It's going to be transformational. It's going to help you grow. It's going to give you a sense of purpose. It's going to, you know, give you that drive, that push that you need to accelerate to your next level. So I'm checking for comments. Um, okay. So if you have any question, you can drop for the next few minutes. Otherwise, we'll call it a night. And I want to appreciate everyone who has been on this call so far. I saw Isusa, I saw Deborah, and other persons that have joined that have not been able to see their comments. And those who are still going to watch this video after now, um, I appreciate you and I hope it has been valuable for you. So, if you want to be a part of the XLA community, which is the Successful Living in Africa community, do go over to the links in the description and click it, and we'll be glad to have you on board. And also, you can also pre-order my book, 30 Days Growth Letters. The link is also in the comment, and you can join my WhatsApp channel too as well, where you get live and helpful updates that will help you grow from opportunities to resources to updates to all my live sessions or some of my live sessions, because some are private for those that are part of the XLA private community, right? So that'll be it for tonight. I don't think there's any question for now. Um, in the absence of questions, I'm going to call it a night. So do have a wonderful night rest, and peace.